You're even talking, and you're like, oh,
Really?
this looks terrible. I was like, what?
Sometimes I can't
good.
see the monitor very well, and I can't tell if it looks bad or good.
Sometimes I can't see when I'm filming. It's fine.
Oh, I just realized I'm not wearing my wedding ring.
Oh, scandal. Let's address it
people are
now.
gonna think,
Guys, you heard it here first. No.
bad news, guys.
Bad news.
No,
Scandal.
I took it off because I spray tanned myself.
I feel like when I have a wedding ring one day, I will like never wear it all the time. Like, because sometimes rings really annoy me. I like want them. I want all the jewelry off me, you know. So I feel like I put it down. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. Like with my nose ring, sometimes I'm like, 'cause I don't normally take it off, but I took it off for the first time and put a new one in for like the first time in years.
Cute.
Thanks.
Like
I wanted a new vibe. I was sick of the silver.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it felt like good to have it out for a day. I just had a regular nose. I could like wipe my nose.
Yes.
It was wild and it wasn't sharp and cutting inside.
Yeah, no, that's always a great feeling. But anyways, hello, welcome.
29-year-old mother of two, Kirsty Flood, began babysitting 2-year-old Fallon Lynn Fridley in August of 2020. This went on for 4 months, 3 days a week, without incident. But on December 9th, the nightmare began when Fallon was found unresponsive in Kirsty's care before being rushed to the hospital. Various injuries on the toddler's body led to an investigation that would send shockwaves through the local community. Crying voices laced with rage screamed in unison, "Justice for Fallon."
I tried to call and text Kirsty several times, and calls were going straight to voicemail.
I'm Mr. Black, and this is the disturbing truth.
He said, should we just go get her? And I said, no, she'll be fine. I regret that now every day.
She's having a challenge in finding her soulmate, and I think she thought maybe it was Keith. They certainly were very effusive. In fact, to the point of the constant kissing, the constant social media gushing, the very demonstrative behavior, both in person and online, did make a lot of people scratch their heads. However, when I have seen them in person together and have interviewed them on red carpets, there was a time when, and it's always Keith. Keith is the one. Keith is easy. Keith is easy. If you scream Keith, chances are, and he would recognize me from Australian television. In fact, he co-hosted our show one time. So I was dealing with him as a co-host throughout the morning for hours on end. And he's quick-witted and he was funny and he was charming. And seeing them on a red carpet, you can scream at the top of your lungs, as you well know. But it's Keith that will usually steer.
What world I was being brought into.
The world within these walls was inconceivable. A horror house of sexual abuse and international sex trafficking.
I was abused by people that I can't even mention here. There's a lot of scars hidden behind those walls. It should be ripped down. It should be burned to the ground. Some of my worst memories are from this place.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Jeffrey Epstein led a privileged life. His extraordinary wealth on show around the world. He had his own fleet of planes, a private island, ranches.
I've been to both places. I really liked Melbourne. I quite like Sydney as well, but Melbourne, my lord.
So good. Lots of punks in Melbourne. I think they keep...
I was one of them!
Now you're in a suit. Just
Yes, but underneath the suit, naughty tattoos and the heart of punk rock.
Do you have any other tattoos?
Yes. I was really drunk. No, I would never get my, Where did you get your tattoos then? On your arms? No, but I mean, where did you get them?
In New York.
Oh, right.
Oh, God, I hope he's not watching.
Who?
The guy who did this one.
Why?
I fell in love with him when he did it. And then he did this one, and it says, can't get rid of you, and then he broke up with me.
Wait. You got tattoos done by a lover?
Yeah. Well, he wasn't my...
Really?
Yeah.
Well, gosh, that's brave.
And then we broke up, and then I got this one.
Yeah, but that must be tough. Because then it's on you.
Well, no, I love them.
Okay.
And if he wasn't there, he would say, well, why don't you come and use my houses? So I said, that's very kind, thank you very much indeed. But it would be a considerable stretch to say that he was a very, very close friend, but he had the most extraordinary ability to bring extraordinary people together. And that's the bit that I remember, is going to the dinner parties where you would meet academics, politicians, people from the United Nations. I mean, it was a cosmopolitan group of what I would describe as US eminence.
Was that his appeal then? Was that what you... Because you were perceived by the public as being the party prince. Was that something you shared?
I think that's also a bit of a stretch. I don't know why I've collected that title, because I never have really partied.
I love flying. It's one of the feelings that I get where I can zone everything else out. If I've got 1,000 things that I'm worried about or thinking about, one of the great things about aviation is you just turn your phone off. All of a sudden, instantly, everything's gone. The only thing that's left is you and the plane, almost like cheating the laws of physics. And that's really what drove me with Nicola, trying to defy the laws of what was normal. People said it couldn't be done. Certainly there's things in my life that I wish I would have done better. And as you grow, those are lessons you learn.
929 and 1995, Alpine Airport, sky conditions clear. A Utah billionaire has been sentenced to 4 years in prison. The jury found him guilty. Nicola shared tumbling in the after hours. Misstatements about the capabilities of Nikola's early technology. It is the new hot electric vehicle stock, Nikola, roaring higher. It is now up 96%.
Investors are betting big on EV right now.
Trevor Milton, founder.
One, who is Colin Thompson? And two, y'all are making 6 to 7 figures doing podcasts? I'm in the wrong line of work. I make like 4 figures here in the $10 million studio. Barely keep the lights on, okay? So I went to do some research, figure out, how these people are making all this money and also how they got robbed. And what I found out was that this company that stole the $4 million was a podcast network called Cast Media. Podcast network being a fancy name for saying they represent podcasts to find sponsors. All that stuff you violently skip with the fast forward 15-second button. Yeah, those guys. And Cast Media would basically work with them as a middleman. They would take some money, give the podcasters the read, and then give the money. Of course, taking a cut for themselves. Now, that is simplifying it a bit, and we'll go into the details more later. But what you need to know is that Cast Media hadn't been paying their talent on time. And what started as being late for maybe a month had turned into 7, 8, 9 months late on paying, until one day Cast Media and their CEO
spent some time in Israel, Bangalore. And then I was on the founding team of a company called Glean, which is a GC-backed company as well, and spent a good 4 years there. Towards the end of my time at Glean, I went from doing engineering to managing to running their AI product line.
What did Glean do?
Glean started as an enterprise search business. Happy to dive into what that means. And then it evolved into generally an enterprise assistant and knowledge finding tool for bigger companies to figure out, hey, like answers to questions like, what do I do for onboarding? Or what is our holiday policy? Or even very specific questions about what does this person do at the company? And how can I find this doc? All of that stuff. Glean is now like a $7 billion company. It's done fairly well so far. After 4 years there, I decided to try something else. My friends would joke, in a span of 2 years, I went from engineering, management, product, and then venture. But I was just looking for something.
Your man, Steve Harvey. We got a good one for you tonight. This is going to be a humdinger. It's my wife, Marjorie, and the Harvey Boys team. Come on. And it's playing against my mother-in-law. I call her Mama, Mommy on the Harvey girls team. Let's get it on. Let's play, everybody. Let's play, team. Give me Marjorie. Give me Doris. All right, ladies. Top 7 answers on the board. Here we go. We asked 100 married women. Some days I'd be willing to trade my man for a really good what?
Oh, boy.
A good what?
I'm sorry.
What did you just say?